AWS Lambda processed over 1 trillion function invocations last month. 0 servers running between those requests. 0 capacity pre-provisioned. On Prime Day 2022, it scaled from near 0 to thousands of concurrent executions in seconds, automatically. Think of Lambda like a restaurant kitchen. No orders, no cooks on the floor. Order arrives, a station activates instantly. Traditional servers run 24/7. 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. Your EC2 instance is spinning, billing you, serving 0 requests. You pay for peak capacity even during dead hours. Coca-Cola's vending machine backend did exactly this. EC2 instances idling overnight waiting for lunchtime spikes. They were paying full rent on an empty kitchen. Lambda's billing model is radical. You pay per invocation per 100 milliseconds of execution. 0 idle cost. But this creates a hard problem. Lambda can't keep your code preloaded everywhere. That defeats the purpose. So when a request arrives after silence, Lambda must create an isolated environment from scratch. That setup time has a name. A cold start happens when Lambda has no warm environment ready for your function. It's the kitchen station being set up before the first order of the day. Gas on, tools out, prep done. 3 phases. Create the container infrastructure, boot the language runtime, run your initialization code. Only then does your actual handler execute. Not all runtimes pay the same cold start tax. Node.js boots in about 20 milliseconds. Python takes roughly 100 milliseconds. Java's JVM? Up to 2 full seconds, sometimes 5 with Spring Framework. For an API gateway endpoint, that 5-second cold start will trigger a timeout before your handler runs a single line. Runtime choice is a latency decision. Here's what nobody tells you. Nordstrom ran a real-time inventory service on Lambda and watched cold starts actively cost them revenue. Customers hit add to cart, Lambda cold started for 2+ seconds, API gateway timed out, and the response came back, item unavailable, on items that were in stock. Cold starts weren't a metric problem, they were a lost sale problem. Here's the flip side. After a cold start, Lambda keeps that execution environment warm for 5 to 15 minutes. Like a kitchen station staying hot after the first order. The next request skips all setup. Your runtime is already booted, your database connection already open. That's a warm start, and the trick engineers use is exploiting this intentionally. Here's the actual code trick. Initialize your database client and SDK objects outside the handler function. On a cold start, that code runs once. Every warm invocation reuses those objects. No reconnection, no reauth. Put it inside the handler, and you pay the setup cost on every single invocation. This is one of those things senior engineers do without thinking. Lambda's concurrency model surprises most developers. Each execution environment handles exactly 1 invocation at a time, not threads. Not queues within a container. 1 station, 1 dish. If 1,000 requests arrive simultaneously, Lambda needs 1,000 separate environments running in parallel. This is fundamentally different from a Node.js server handling thousands of requests concurrently on one process. Here's where teams get blindsided. Lambda doesn't scale to infinity in 1 second. It starts with a burst allowance of 3,000 concurrent environments. Above that, 500 new environments per minute. Receive 5,000 simultaneous requests cold. 3,000 get served immediately. The other 2,000 either queue or get throttled. This is not instant horizontal scaling, it's metered. When Lambda can't serve a request, the response depends on the trigger type. Synchronous invocations like API Gateway return HTTP 429 immediately. The user sees an error. Asynchronous invocations queue internally and retry. SQS-triggered Lambdas let messages sit in the queue until capacity opens. Same traffic spike, 3 completely different user experiences. Here's the technology that makes all of this possible. AWS built Firecracker, a lightweight virtual machine monitor using Linux KVM. Each Lambda execution environment is a Firecracker MicroVM. It provides hardware-level isolation between your code and your neighbor's code on the same physical server, and it boots in under 125 milliseconds. Traditional VMs take minutes. Walk through a single cold start request. Your client hits API Gateway. API Gateway calls Lambda's control plane. The control plane finds no warm environment available. It provisions a new Firecracker MicroVM, boots your runtime, runs your init code, finally invokes your handler, response flows back. The next request finds that environment warm and skips every setup step. Let's stress test this. A Lambda function idle for 30 minutes suddenly receives 10,000 concurrent requests in 1 second. Lambda's control plane immediately creates 3,000 Firecracker MicroVMs, the burst allowance. Those 3,000 environments cold start in about 200 milliseconds for Node.js. They complete. Now 3,000 warm stations are ready. The remaining 7,000 requests flood into those warm environments instantly. Remember the restaurant kitchen analogy? Provisioned concurrency is paying cooks to stand at their stations before the restaurant opens. You configure 50 pre-initialized environments, always warm, always ready, never cold starting. The cost is different. You pay per hour regardless of traffic. But for Nordstrom's inventory service, those pre-warmed stations drop P99 latency from 2.1 seconds to 85 milliseconds. But pre-warming 50 environments at 3 a.m. wastes money. AWS application auto-scaling solves this. You define a schedule, ramp up provisioned concurrency at 8 a.m., scale it back at midnight, or use target utilization scaling. When more than 70% of warm environments are active, automatically add more. Your kitchen scales its staff based on the reservation book, not guesswork. Java's cold start problem was so bad, AWS built a hardware-level solution. SnapStart works like a save state in a video game. Lambda boots your JVM once, runs initialization, then takes a memory snapshot of the entire environment. Future cold starts restore from that snapshot instead of rebooting the JVM. Java cold starts drop from 3 seconds to under 200 milliseconds. Netflix uses Lambda to generate thumbnails for 200 million subscribers. When a new movie uploads to S3, it triggers a Lambda function that produces over 20 thumbnail variants, different sizes, formats, aspect ratios. Each variant is one invocation, stateless, embarrassingly parallel, spiky by nature. This is the ideal Lambda workload. No server would handle this more cheaply. Coca-Cola's global vending machine network processes purchases via SQS-triggered Lambda. Each vending event, validate payment, update inventory, send receipt. Traffic peaks sharply at lunchtime and drops to near zero overnight. EC2 instances idled through those quiet hours, billing constantly. Lambda replaced that with pure pay-per-use. Infrastructure costs dropped 65%. The empty kitchen analogy, solved for real. This breaks everything you think you know about Lambda scaling being uniform. API gateway triggers scale immediately, one invocation per request. SQS triggers scale based on queue depth, up to 1,000 concurrent functions. But Kinesis streams? Lambda creates exactly one execution per shard. Want more Lambda concurrency on Kinesis? You must reshard the stream. Scaling behavior is trigger-specific. SQS-triggered Lambda is the safest scaling model. Lambda pulls the queue and increases concurrency as message depth grows. Failed invocations don't disappear. Messages return to the queue and retry. FIFO queues cap Lambda concurrency at 60 to preserve ordering. Standard queues scale to 1,000 concurrent environments. This is why Coca-Cola's vending events never get dropped even during lunch rush. You can't always eliminate cold starts, but you can minimize their damage. Keep your deployment package small. Smaller packages mount faster. Use Node.js or Python for latency-sensitive endpoints, not Java. Initialize all SDK clients outside the handler. For critical functions with SLAs, use provisioned concurrency. This is exactly the checklist a senior engineer runs when Lambda latency becomes a complaint. Every AWS account has a default account-level concurrency limit. 1,000 concurrent executions across all Lambda functions in a region. That's shared. If one runaway function consumes all 1,000 slots, every other Lambda in your account throttles. You can reserve concurrency per function to isolate critical workloads. You can also request limit increases from AWS. Most teams hit this in production before they know it exists. Zoom out. In a full production serverless setup, clients hit API gateway, which synchronously invokes Lambda. Lambda reads from and writes to DynamoDB or RDS. Heavy async work queues into SQS for another Lambda tier. S3 events trigger processing Lambdas. Each piece scales independently. No single server coordinates it all. This is what makes serverless architecturally elegant and operationally surprising. In your next system design interview, say exactly this. Lambda uses an execution environment model, one isolated micro-VM per concurrent request. Cold starts happen when no warm environment exists. For latency-sensitive services, I'd use provisioned concurrency to pre-initialize environments. For cost-sensitive, spiky workloads, I'd let Lambda scale naturally and pick a lighter runtime like Node.js. That's senior-level precision. Lambda isn't the answer to everything. Functions have a 15-minute maximum execution limit. long-running batch jobs, persistent WebSockets, high-frequency trading requiring sub-millisecond latency. Lambda isn't built for these. If your workload is constant and predictable, EC2 or ECS is often cheaper than Lambda at scale. Pay-per-use wins on spiky traffic. Reserved capacity wins on flat traffic. Most teams monitor average latency on Lambda. Wrong metric. Average hides cold starts entirely. They're rare events that spike your P99. Monitor init duration in CloudWatch logs. That's the cold start tax per invocation. Monitor concurrent executions approaching your account limit. Monitor throttles as an error rate. These are the metrics that tell you if your kitchen is dropping orders. Let's close the loop with what these systems actually deliver. Lambda processes over 1 trillion invocations monthly across AWS customers. On Prime Day 2022, it scaled from near zero to thousands of concurrent environments in seconds. Nordstrom dropped P99 from 2.1 seconds to 85 milliseconds with provisioned concurrency. Coca-Cola cut costs 65%. The kitchen analogy scales all the way to enterprise production. Here's your mental model. Lambda execution environments are kitchen stations. Cold start is setup time before the first order. Warm start is a ready station taking the next ticket instantly. Provisioned concurrency is pre-staffing stations before the rush. Burst limits are how fast new stations can open. Firecracker MicroVMs make each station hardware isolated. One concept, 6 layers of depth. Lambda is a kitchen that opens exactly as many stations as you have orders. Hardware isolated, build per dish, idle stations cost nothing. Next interview, someone asks about serverless scaling. You now know the burst limits, the cold start anatomy, and why Nordstrom's fix was 2 config lines. Subscribe. Next video. How DynamoDB handles 89 million requests per second.